And we have a process of establishing the TAFE J farm on the central campus, that is in Central Farm, and the work is in progress. We have a very good senior person from SPL Technologies, New Delhi, Dr. Manoj Sharma. Mr. Kailas Andhre is here. And we have Dr. D.N. Gokhale, Director of Instruction and Dean. He will be staying for some time because he has another assignment. Dr. D.N. Gokhale, Director of Instruction and Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, Parvani. And Dr. Sangeeta Ladda, she will be moderating this session. So I request Dr. Sangeeta and Dr. Mahende sir to start the session, please. In this session, sir, if there are some presentations from the private group or persons, they can present for quick, of course, that you will be deciding, maybe for 5 minutes or as session goes. And rest, you can discuss with the panelists, and maybe there will be quick questions from the participants.
Good morning, everyone. We have about 2 hours time allocated for this session. Are there any presentations? Are there any presentations from anybody? No, no presentations. So there are no presentations. You have presentation. Okay. So I think you can make a presentation. But before starting a session, I would like to set the ball rolling for discussion, and then we will have experts commenting on it. Some more people are outside. Are they coming or all are here? This is another important session in the whole discussion that we often talk about the industry-academia collaboration, and our government is also added because we are already ourselves government organization, but still we think the government also is part of it, because government supports the institution and the education in the country and in the state also. There are state universities, all depends upon the public support, government support. So how should we garner the government support? From the industry academia points, I'll just focus some of the points. From academic side, there are some challenges. That are our graduates after graduation are suitable for employment by the industry? This is the first question. I think none of the industry says that they are directly suitable to us, because they are educated in a certain framework, and they are not trained to take a job directly in the industry. So most of the industries have to train them for a certain period of time to match with the industry interest. Can academia modify the curricula in tune with the industry requirement so that graduates directly are absorbed by the industry? This is one focus point. That is the curricula. Our curricula is so rigid and framed. I think our curricula should be dynamic, and I think very frequently we should be able to add and delete certain things which are irrelevant, delete, which are right. So that has to be, we have to really look for a dynamic curricula. Secondly, a lot of infrastructural gap in the institutions. With new education policy, we are going to have large number of subjects, optional subjects for the student to undertake. We do not have enough infrastructure, although ICR has provided to Agriculture University the experiential learning units. They are not many. Maybe each university has 4 or 5 units like that actually, but I think with new agriculture, we require larger number of those units, maybe 20, 30, 40, something like that, and students have an option. Let them decide at the initial stage what they want to do, and accordingly they will choose the subjects. So that kind of academia should expand the skill-oriented courses and create an infrastructure. Now infrastructure requires funding, and that's where the government come into picture. The public universities, government has to fund, give an infrastructural fund, and that university should propose what you want to do. I think we are in the process of entering into a new agriculture policy zone now. It will take some time, but I think we already started talking about it, and that includes all academia, curricula change, etc. Then faculty training. You may create any curricula you feel that that is required practically, but if our faculty is not trained, who is going to teach? I think faculty training in a specialized discipline is also an important aspect. This is, I am talking from academia angle. So faculty should be directly interacting with the industry and try to find out what is really needed by industry. Accordingly, faculty should create an expertise, and there is now provision that professor from the industry can also be a professor in the university. That provision is there in new agriculture policy, so that some people from industry can directly come and teach. Even industry can depute them to the university for a semester or so. They can come and take a semester and they go back to industry again. So this is the way actually we are now in that new era where we'll have to change ourselves. The mindset has to really change. Traditionally, we talk a lot about industry-academia relationship, but because of our public policy hurdles, our procedural, I think I was sitting in the ESRB for engineering interviews, and my one question to all candidates was that why industry is not coming to us. Industry is not willing to come, because when you talk to industry, you put a lot of conditions to them, and then those conditions they are not able to follow. They take you, it's fine that you call us, we will participate in the debate, have a cup of tea with you and go back, and we will keep silent. We are not interested in coming to academic institutions because we have to pass through your procedural hurdles. So this kind of things to be liberalized, and I was mentioning to Dr. Pathak during that board only that you should liberalize the procedure for industry to come with us. So he said now we are empowered all the directors of the institute to take a decision on this, and ICR is not going to interfere. Similarly, all SAUs should be able to frame their own criteria to attract the industry. So this is from academia side. But some of the changes that we desire from the academic angle also, that we should change our examination system. Examination should be a mark base. Somebody is having so many marks, 100 out of 100, and 100 students have A grade, A plus grade, distinction, all those things should go actually. I think thus examination system be learning oriented. Students should really learn. They should gain a knowledge through the system. I think if we change examination system, things will change automatically. And there are good number of software, good number of companies, they are investing in education. We can harness their services. Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation, MKCL, is totally working for automation in the education field. And they have a software from admission to degree. Everything of the student is totally automatically monitored by the software. And students, anybody can go and see what the level student is. Till he gets a degree certificate, that also online. So this kind of facilities, technology is available. I think we should get into that technology. We are shying away from using the technology in education. So academia should also improve. Then from students, academia, they should make their students compulsorily to go to any industry and work. In experiential learning, we have a demo unit. We have an implant training for some students, like engineering students. They go to the industry for some time and work. And when they go there, we know that most of the students who do very sincere work with that apprenticeship period, implant training period, they are absorbed by those industries. They found they are quite good and they are absorbed by the industry. So there is compulsory training with the industry, placement with the industry, and industry should also have a shell where they can absorb batches of students, train them and send it back. And also, industry should have also a facility for training faculty, university faculty, so that university faculty upgradation in tune with the industrial requirement is not happening now. No faculty goes to the industry for training. Like faculty from industry comes for teaching, teaching faculty from university should also go to industry for taking some of the advanced trainings there. So that will facilitate. And some of the new programs, certification programs in the university should be introduced in tune with the industry requirements. So continuous interaction of the faculty with the industry is essential. Agriculture related industries, most of the industries are input related industries, seed, fertilizer, chemicals industry, agricultural machinery industry, food processing industry, wide variety of industries actually related to agriculture, and those industries should be closely interacting with the faculty in the university, and most of the people working in those industries are students of the university. I had been to one spices industry, very well spice industry, Ambari, you know Ambari? Yeah. Ambari masala, a lot of people see on TV. I visited that industry, that owner is Mr. Choradia. I went there for a day and I could find that whole spice production industry is managed by one of the students from this university. He is student of your food technology college, and he came to me and he said, I am student of a Parbhani university. And he is managing the complete industry, spice industry. And that's how the students who go from here and acquire jobs in industry, they can create job for other students, and they can be the best teacher in the university also. So I think with this, I will not say many things, but last thing I would like to say that why government is added here for interaction, that unless and until you put up your issues, government is not, there is crunch in the government actually. Funding from the government for the university and even ICR is a greater issue now. So universities are expected to generate their own fund, but the funding by the government will come through showing our results and pursuing with the government. So the government officers who are at the helm of affairs, they have money actually, their responsibility to fund the universities, but our experience shows that it's only the salary and budget that comes through, but development budget absolutely very meager budget actually. We don't have money for development. That's why you see all across the infrastructure status. When the university was established, it's that maybe 33 decades ago the infrastructure was created, and that's not upgraded. So every research station, every college, classrooms, all those things needs to be upgraded in the university. So the government comes into picture. That's why we have a government also. Interaction with the industry, government and academia is actually has to be a very close bonding. And that's how we can move forward. And hereafter, I think with this session, we would like to listen to all the speakers from industry, and nobody from government side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mr.
We are the public, we are also government.
Yeah. So we expected the retired commissioner who is to join, so that he can, after retirement, they can give good good input. After retirement, while they are in a job, probably difficult, but after retirement, they give a frank requirement. So I request, now I pass it on to Dr. Sangeeta. Sangeeta, you can start with you. And after we are through, we will have a discussion. It's an interactive session. Once there is experts make a presentation or viewpoint, then I want all of you to interact. You can put up your views, suggest something, we will note down it. So, Sangeeta madam, I think there is no need of introduction of Dr. Sangeeta.
Not so famous,
Dr. Sangeeta is agriculture engineering graduate from Rauri University. I do not know masters you have.
Masters I did from IIT Kharagpur.
Okay. And now she had been very long time vice president probably at Jain Irrigations.
Yeah.
And now she has moved to Riulis, India, is again irrigation company.
Yeah.
very renowned global irrigation company. She is in very management position there. So she is student of one of our agriculture university. So she better knows industry perspective and academia perspective both. So Dr. Sangeeta.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind introduction. And respected Mahendra sir, respected Ismail sir, Khodke sir, Gokhale sir, all my industry friends, students, professors, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to be here this morning, and especially being a part of the industry, academia, government, all elements which are required for driving change in the country, and to be here in this session. Basically, going ahead with the topic on sustainable agriculture, climate resilient, which are the buzzwords today, and especially this session will delve on a sort of developing innovative solutions and at the same time marketable. I mean, both the things. One is coming out with solutions and second is marketing. So naturally, coming out with innovative solutions, you need to have the industry along with the universities and market it. So friends, with the sort of background which Mahendra sir has given, I would like to first inform all of you that Riverless Irrigation is owned by a Singapore government entity, Temasek, and we are now rebranded as a climate and irrigation company. Earlier we were told only as an irrigation company, but now there's a rebranding as climate and irrigation company. So now with this climate word coming up, whatever we do, whatever actions we do, it has to be sustainable, it has to be with climate resilient. So just talking about micro-irrigation industry is well known to all of us, but along with micro-irrigation, we are also throwing a lot of plastics in the field. And plastic is the most talked about now. Now, we as a company, we are wanting to introduce technologies which are recyclable plastics, or you can say Government of India has launched Mission Life, so made out of recycled, your clothes or your furniture or anything, we say proudly that this is made out of recycled plastics. But we as a company, we have got a lot of innovative solutions wherein we want to introduce irrigation systems with recycled plastics, but we are not allowed to do that so because there are very strict BIS norms. You cannot use recycled plastics, you have got to use virgin plastics. So now how to go about with this? If you are permitted to use these plastics, then naturally the cost of irrigation systems come down, and the repercussions are, today the adoption of micro-irrigation systems are only 15% of the irrigated area. But with such technologies coming in, and it will directly lead to a greater adoption of technologies. Now how do we go about with this? This is a place wherein we feel that we definitely need the support of the universities in supplies of such materials, trying out, testing out, and these are two sides of the coin. When we have a think tank, a university is a think tank. When a think tank tells a government that yes, this is workable, this is doable, this needs to be done, then and then, as a policy advocacy, I think university is well placed in bringing about a change, and which we as an industry would like the university to take up a policy advocacy and driving change for meeting the sustainable and climate resilient goals. So policy advocacy is one of the very top priority which we as an industry, we feel that needs to be taken up, and whatever support, whatever is desired to make this, to drive this change, we are here to support the university. This is one part of it. Secondly, sir, like yesterday the farmers were telling about a very customized offering of pest disease management for a farm, for a particular crop and all. Now, digital technology, it's changing so fast that, you know, in coming times, AI, IoT and all these technologies is going to drive the transformation. And like what Mahendra sir said, we need to have a very tech-savvy generation. So whenever we interview a candidate, we look into it, that what is it which he knows? Does he know something about IoT, automation and all? But how will these students know about it if they have not gone through if they have not handled the equipments, if they have not gone through it? So we as a industry, we also have a role to play, because imparting training takes a good amount of time. And it is in our interest also that we work closely with the university in bringing about a change, in implementation of various digital technologies with the university, in doing projects with them, in establishing proof of concept, in having all that displayed out here. Now, for example, along with the micro-irrigation as a hardware, we are also giving a software. software is a remote sensing based water management. It is a very customized, every farm is geotagged, the cropping pattern, the soil pattern is taken into consideration, and we have an algorithm which tells a farmer when to irrigate and how much to irrigate. And it is totally based on evapotranspiration model and on the cropping pattern, on the sowing date and all, and on a hyper-local weather data. Yesterday we were telling that farmers wanted to have a weather forecast. Now we are giving them a weather forecast and completely a real-time advisory on a WhatsApp in 6 different languages, telling a farmer actionable information on what he needs to do with respect to irrigation. Now, this ambit can be further expanded to pest disease. We are also into giving them a nitrogen map, a water map. And I think yesterday we did hear that nitrogen map is very required for climate resilience. In this particular case also, sir, we are here to support, to guide, to have interns, to train the faculty, to display our technologies and implement such things with you and add on some more things on pest disease management, if at all, to such work which is already done. You all have also done a good amount of work. We have done something. We have launched something. Probably some add-on needs to be done. And I think a university is well placed. If we have not come to you, it is our fault. But somehow I think these forums are the one which we feel we need to look forward and go ahead from here. Third one is, sir, I'm also on the Government of India body of startups. So this is a little different from what I'm going to talk now. Most of the startups are struggling for establishing the proof of concept. And the small SMEs do not have the huge infrastructure or R&D facilities to take up any research development, whereas universities have got a huge amount of land, R&D and all. So I think universities, along with startups, along with industries like us, because universities have got a huge amount of land. Maybe human capital is not the, probably we can work on that, but such implementation or display or working on R&D for small firms, for startups who are wanting to establish proof of concept, who are wanting to establish new technologies. I must have judged at least 400 to 500 numbers of startups of Government of India. And let me tell you, amazing technologies have come out. But these startups are struggling because they do not have any proof of concept. Neither do they have the amount of investment to tie up or to sign a MOU and to go officially paying some amount for research and all. So I think it's a win-win situation for all of us. If we have such tie-ups, if we lay out that, yes, what needs to be done, probably I can be one of the task force of this particular university, wherein we bring in such, we identify, we shortlist, we identify such technologies on different aspects, and we all work together in implementation and displaying of these technologies in these universities. So that is all, sir, I would like to express upon, and I'm sure my other industry friends would add some more points to this.
Thank you. Thank you, madam. Any quick inputs from the audience? Yes, sir. Should we discuss after all the deliberation?
That's okay. Whatever whoever wants to say, they can say.
Yeah, I think we'll take one comment because he's a little initiated.
Good morning, ma'am. Regarding this advisory to the farmers, what is your data source? From where we are getting the data?
Weather data tied up with various weather forecasting firms. That's one part of it. And secondly, there's an algorithm which has been developed by our overseas our partners for every crop based on evapotranspiration.
So is
based
it
on
like
the soil, yeah.
for region-based, state-based? What is that?
It is
area?
crop-based. Okay. It is region-based. So a sugarcane farmer in Tamil Nadu and a sugarcane farmer in Uttar Pradesh having the same sowing date will get different advisories for irrigation water management. So it is only basically on how much to irrigate and when to irrigate. And the major crux is how do you keep your crop always at field capacity level and how do you have a proper soil water air ratio at the root zone level. So that is what is a major takeaway.
So you are charging something from there?
No, we already have this software implemented, sir. Along with the micro irrigation, we tell a farmer that how much to irrigate and when to irrigate based on the date of sowing of the crop. Probably I would like to give a presentation sometime to all of you on this. It's a very beautiful software which has come out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just one comment from my side is Dr. Sangeeta has spoken about the startups. I think all the universities must have an incubation center now where a student can start their own enterprise and industry gives a platform for them. Like I know Dr. Apet's bio product, it's a lot of commercial. Some students can enter into a business, start from university provide a platform, and after they get up and they can go out and start their own establishment like that. It's possible. And fortunately, Akola, Dr. PDKV Akola has generated funds from Ministry of Science and Technology, and they have state-of-the-art incubation center now. Capacity of 50 students, 50 enterprises can start at a time. When I visited 3 or 4 months back, I think 10 students have already started their enterprise. And some students said they have already generated funding up to 50 lakh rupees, some of the students. And their products are very farmer friendly and they are marketing also from that center. So that platform is required in the university so that our student becomes an entrepreneur right here. And they go out and then become students. So we'll take your input. You have a put.
It is difficult that all these bioagents which we are using, it requires CIB license. And it is very tedious job. So what is the consortia it is made up of? It is of 14. And in that 10 are the biopesticides. That's why it is very difficult. And it is again very difficult to prepare. Because whatever we have to prepare, that lot of things, lot of material which is contaminated, we have to throw. So it is very tedious.
Every industry technologies they have to learn and then do it. Actually, industry every tedious job has to make it simple. So enterprise is not so easy. You have to learn technology and business both. That's where we are expecting our students to do that. Thank you. Then I invite
Namaskar. Audible? Yeah. Namaskar and good morning. I'm Manoj Sharma, founder of SPL Technologies, and actually I am from the technology side, from the electronics background, and my first introduction with plants and plant science was during my PG when I was asked by my guide to develop a battery from the plant's leaves. So that's how my introduction started with plant physiology or plant science or agriculture. I didn't know then what is photosynthesis and what is mitochondria and ATH and all that. So in my MSc electronics during that I learned that and developed a battery from plant leaves using different electrodes. So that's how my journey started. And then after completing my PG, I got involved with the technology for agriculture. And the first assignment I got is from a USAID project with Agromet, and I was chosen to train the first Agromet group in India at Krida, Hyderabad. It is 1989. So this is actually what Dr. Mayande was telling, that the industry training the faculty. So at that time, I found that the senior scientists who were present there, whom I had to train, the agrovet scientists, I was feeling little bit hesitant, to teach them like a teacher. And I found that they had no knowledge about the technology. So we were talking about different sensors, the data logging and interpretation of the data, programming. So that is how I started. Then with the plant science, we started measuring the photosynthesis and other aspects. And in the year 2000, I came across a technology like precision leveling in US. So when I studied about it, and I found that it could be really useful for our country. And I came with the concept to India, went around, met all the people, in the government, in the research, in the scientific community. And like Dr. Mayanda said, that private people are not coming to us as they were thinking. The reason was that we were not accepted. The industry was not given a free entry. This is my experience since 1988. And I went with the technology, the concept, to many people, higher-ups, to support this and let us make this happen. And I was told that it is an electronic product and it will not work in India. Our farmers are not well versed, and a lot of things. Finally, on our own, there is a small firm, small company, individually, run. So we invested, and for 4 to 5 years, we worked hard in the field and popularized the technology. And I think most of the people must be knowing about what laser land leveling is, laser land leveler is. So it became so popular, it became a boon actually. If you see whether it is UP, Punjab, Haryana, in various parts of the country, all over country this is being used. So similarly, ever since we have been working on new technology development programs, and in between we came across a technology for phenotyping. We installed a big facility, commissioned a big facility in IRI and other places in India, like you are nearby in Baramati, for plant phenotyping, Hyderabad and Bangalore. And now we have always been given the stress on the precision, adoption of the precision technologies. Like when we started precision leveling, so we gave a slogan that towards the second green revolution, if you adopt the precision technologies, so it will definitely take us forward from the current position. So now we have developed some more technologies for mapping. You need to map the fields, like they were talking about agrometeorology, weather forecasting. So I will recommend that you should have localized stations installed, and also you should conduct the microclimatic studies for the pest and disease management. And whatever forecasts are there, they are found to be inaccurate in certain places because the data is collected somewhere else, and maybe the resolution issue is there, or maybe there's some issue somewhere. So I want that it should be done in a localized place. And adaptation of like whether it is soil mapping or crop health monitoring, and variable rate technologies, whether it is application of fertilizer, application of pesticides, even for irrigation. Even for irrigation, it's also a variable rate technology. Whatever water you need, you can apply it. So variable rate technologies are there, important to work on in these areas. And then harvesting, again through precision, you can have all the data. Like we have a device which measures NDVI, and the NDVI goes directly to the cloud, and it will be geotagged, and you will have all the data in the cloud. You can feed all the information in that, where you have taken it, what was the treatment, what was the last year's yield, everything. So you can build a history of the crop, of the land, of the area. So similarly, we have now launched NPK sensor. It is a NPK, moisture, pH, EC. So you can map your soil all around, right? So there are a lot of technologies like auto steering. You need to have operations automized. Like in traditional, when you drive a tractor, there is a lot of discomfort for the driver to plow the field in such a scorching heat. So what happens? Either he misses some area and you lose that area, or he overlaps it. So what we have seen is that by using the precision technology, by using the auto guidance system, auto navigation system, you save inputs, and also it helps to increase the crop yield. So I would suggest that to look into those areas, and probably you can make some projects in these areas from
finding the seed varieties, developing the climate resilient seed varieties, to the land preparation, crop health monitoring, soil mapping, and then VRT, variable rate technologies for nitrogen application or for pesticides and other things, and then harvesting as well. And post-harvesting also, you have a lot of technologies to work on, because we have seen sometimes recently that the farmers will, when there is an extra, yield, they will just throw out because the price goes down, and they will throw their produce. So instead of that, if we can have some kind of small machines, and they can process it there and package it, and they can preserve it or send it to the market. So those lines I think we should be working on and writing our projects. So that's all from my side, and from the collaboration, from the training, we are always open to work with you. And if you want to submit any projects along with us, along with the industry, we are always open, and we have done it in the past as well. So yeah, that's it from my side. If any question is there, please let me know. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dr. Manoj Sharma had really pushed ahead a lot of automation in agriculture with laser leveler, which has become a buzzword and very important technology for government of India nowadays. ICR talks about, is one of the achievement of ICR, and that any achievement that doesn't go through industry. Actually, industry is a media to go to end users. Without industry, we cannot reach. So, Dr. Sharma, I think we will take comments at the end. Discussion, we will keep some time for discussion. So please note down the points you want to discuss. After all the presentation, we will have a sufficient time for interaction with you. But don't forget the points which you want to ask now, write it down so that you can interact later on. Now I invite Dr. Sanjeev Kumar. He has a presentation. He is from TAFE. I have a good memories of TAFE when I was a student of agricultural engineering at Akola. I spent my 1 month at our TAFE training center as an intern trainee. And I think that TAFE training has given me so much confidence in tractor that I got my job before I graduated. So I think that's the importance of training with industry. So implant training is equally important. So I request Dr. Sanjeev Kumar.
Yeah, good morning to all. Thanks to Dr. B.M. Mande to calling me for this presentation and discussion about this role of the academia, industry, government collaboration for developing the innovation solution and marketable technology. This is the very interesting point what we have discussed. Before going, just I will brief you about my presentation, then we'll discuss. We are serving the farming community past 60 years. It is the one of the oldest company in the tractor and farm machinery. As our ex-vice chancellors are told, he has visited this J-Farm PTC training center and got trained. That time I met many people. This is our, we can say the proud. When I went to CIA Bhopal, Dr. Pandey was there. He told, Singh, lady, I visited your J-Farm and got the training. So this is how the private can train the people and educate their skill development. This I can say is the pride of India and friends of the farmers worldwide, cultivating the world. This is the world's third largest manufacturers of the tractors. We are selling almost 4 iconic tractors like Massey Ferguson, TAFE, Eicher and IMT. This is the largest exporter of tractors. We are exporting almost 125 countries. This is the one other beauty is this, we are not only selling the tractors, but we are also giving the solution to the farmers through our J-Farm Research Center. And we are enabling this to the farmers to how to reduce the cost of production and improve the productivity. So we have less than 20 HP, 200 HP tractors. So I tell how the technology make the industry to bring the product also. Just I giving the simple example, like before there was not a mini tractor or compact tractor was demand in the industry. Recently, you see the technology has changed. The BT carton has came, and spacing has become from 30 to now we started doing 1 meter to 1.25 meter, especially the Gujarat, Maharashtra, where the black cotton soil. Then more mechanization taken from the compact tractor have come market. So that is the innovation, bring the technologies and improve this productivity and profitability. The next, we have also ICER brand tractor from all the HP, from 20 to 100 HP. Next. We also manufacturing the different type of implement for the tillage to the harvesting. Even we have the transplanter for the rice and other things to improve the productivity and profitability, matching to the different type of tractors. Next. This is we are also not only there, we are helping the farmers. We have developed the many J-Farm research centers through the collaboration of the universities also. What we are discussing here, already we are doing since 60 years. We have established one J-Farm 1964. This is located in Chennai, where we are giving the training to the farmers, even the engineers. Also, we are developing the low-cost technologies farmers can adopt and improve their productivity. Now we have established one more research center in Bhavani Mandi, Rajasthan. There we are also improving the North Indian farmers and Western farmers. Recently, we have developed the Telangana Agriculture University, also their campus, one center where we are trying to transfer the technology with the collaboration of the universities. And we have recently also signed with MU with the Parvani University. We are trying to open one of our centers within the development. So what we are talking that we are already doing, that's what we are telling. Industry doesn't earn the money only selling the products. We should also serve the farming community where we are getting the money. That's what is the concept. Today the CSR is talking about that, but we are doing since 1964. Then there is no compulsion. So that's what the industry survive for a longer time. You can develop the technology, you can help the farmers. Next. And one unique thing also, I can tell we have developed one J-Farm services. There is the product neutral. Entire the country, any state farmer can register there and can put what they implement and machinery there. He can hire to the farmers and he can generate the money. He can generate the money. That's what we have done, and we are not charging any. It is the product neutral. Suppose I have Tafe tractors or Mahindra tractors or John Deere tractors. He can register there. He can, like Uber, be hiring the tractors and cars. Like same, the platform can use for the custom hiring of the tractor and implements. That's what we have launched almost all states with the government and other partnership, and farmers getting benefited. So this is the J-Farm vision: increase the farm productivity, improve the farm prosperity, propagate the sustainable agriculture, relevant technology, farm to life. That's what we are today need of the day. Next. So this is we try to do the single window where you can get all the information like mechanization, automation, like this, our colleague Dr. Sharma told this automation is today the requirement, precision agriculture. Then also how the farmer can generate the income. Everybody can propagate how that also technology we do, and we train to the farmers and engineers. Also we definitely the integrated farming system, sustainable agriculture, more drop. Like Dr. Sangeeta told, the irrigation is very important, where we can do the irrigation, the time waste. Suppose farmer have our quantity waste, even today the soil moisture based irrigation, you can do this. All the technology we demonstrate to the farmers. Also we do the farm advisory on the plant geometry. That's what I tell, if technology come, it should be sit together. Once upon a time, agronomists was working differently, engineers were working differently, but it should come in the one platform where we can develop the technology which farmer can adopt. So that's what, if we want to mechanize, the plant geometry should also change. Really, if we see the India, maximum tractorization taken, where the tractor we see they are plowing or harvesting, in between there is no mechanization at all. Why? There is the many constants like plant geometry, these things. That's what I give an example of the cotton or paid row cropping, where the compact tractor can use it, can bring the more crop mechanization. Next. So these are just a glimpses what we do. Like now the technology is coming, the drone technology. Suppose the drone technology is coming, still we can't talk the same solid fertilizer NPK. Now the nano ureas is coming. We have to rethink about that. How we can do the less fertilizer with the drone technology can make more effective. Monitoring of the crop health. That type of research activities also we are doing, and we have developed the protocol for the many crops in this. So that's what I'm telling. The technology comes, the industry should also change. Now the many pesticides should change. What will be more effective with the less quantity, with the less water? The many spraying done with the drone, but it's not effective. So the insecticide industries also have to think about what is the best molecule should bring in the market and help the farmers with the minimum and cut the cost. And also definitely it will reduce the burden of the subsidy to the government if we are bringing through the nano fertilizers. We definitely propagate seed-to-seed technology from farmers where you can get the mechanization from sowing to harvest, all the how to address that. Next. So we also developed many technology really what farmer can adapt and improve the productivity and profitability. This like renewable solar energy, how the farmer can do the value addition in their farm to improve their profitability. There is, if you see the horticulture crops, almost 20 to 30% go wastage. How to he can do the value addition farm and improve their productivity. Next. These are the just glimpses of the technology what we showcasing to our farms. We do the training for the farmers. Even we do the training for the students also, both in the farming, farm mechanization, even the skill development like tractor and farm machinery. We do the urban gardening like the many areas like Chennai where we stay there all become the concrete jungle. So how you do the urban gardening, your balconies, your terrace gardening, also we educate the people. They at least should know the pain of the growing the crops, how food comes, so avoid the wastage of the foods. And we do the e-learning platform. We have almost covered more than 2 lakhs farmers within 6 months due to the advantage of the e-learning through the digital platform. Next. So this is what we come here, academia industry collaboration for developing the innovative solution and marketable technologies. Next. You see the distribution of R&D institutes, who they are there. Almost 7,800 R&D institute in the country, out of 66% were private sector in the research. Next. If you see the academia industry collaboration with developing innovation solution, R&D expenditure selected scientific agencies. So we are already India investing maximum in DRDO. If you see the ICR also investing huge money, but technology, we should develop the technology which is small and marginal farmers which almost occupied 85% our total farming community should reach to them. Should be cost effective and should be adaptable. That's what we want to tell. Almost ICR is spending 12.4% of the total R&D expenditure selected scientific. If you see the public sector R&D unit spend almost only 0.3% of their sales turnover R&D. R&D as compared to 1.46 by private sector, but it's set to improve. If you see the other country like US, they spend almost 2.46, and if you go to Israel, they spend 4 point something. The next. So they see the countries who are spending more. Why we are today talking more? Israel is very prominent in the agriculture. They have the best technology. You see their expenditure is very high. Almost 4.94% is spending in the research of their GDP. So definitely you have to bring the good investment in the research. Then we can avoid the drainage of brain. What is happening today? Any intellectual people try to go the US, dreaming to go there, don't want to stay here. Why? We should give the best facility, best technology, and say they can bring to them back to India. For India achieve to goal almost 5 trillion, we have to spend at least 2% per annum to achieve this target. Next. So R&D expenditure number, if you see the India is almost, I told 0.7% only. If you see the US 2.8, China 2.1, Israel put almost 4.3, South Korea 4.6. So almost 3 times less than US. And if you see the Israel and Korea, we are very less as compared to this. Number of research per lakh people, we have only 25, as big population. But if you see the US is the less population, almost 441, China 130, Israel 834, and South Korea 749. If you see the research, some our colleague student also we talk the basic research we do. That's what we are not able to publish in the good journals. We should see that. So almost India 15.8, US 36.10, 27.6. To improve the effectiveness of the involved system in India, important to take a systematic approach to consider the relationship between the enterprise, university, research institute, intermediate and governments. That's what we can do the good work and the more effective work to improve our scientific research. Next. So what is the challenges if you see there? There is the mindset of researcher. Still we see the universities, many past, when we studied from that time we are doing only NPK, fertilizers and these things. So we should enter the more precision agriculture. How can we reduce the cost of fertilizer application, other things. Disconnect the social problem. Basically we see the review and literature and try to do the research develop. Basically we should do the survey of the farming community and see what is the real problems. We note down, that's what the private industry they do. They go to the farmers, even the brand, they develop the tractor, they ask what is the problem, what improvement want. Then they bring into the system and sell the product. That's what we should do in the agriculture also. We should really go to the farmers and focus with the marginal farmers, with the small farmers, with the large farmers, what their requirement. They group it and do the research activities. So their industry will take to the farmers' field. Otherwise it always will be only the journals and published. The finding the right people for the technology and commercialization, this is also challenging. There's the huge gap between the private and universities to linking. There are the many policies and these things, what I told, we have to improve that. Finding the money, that is also challenge to university where to get the funds for these type of activities. The next. So these are the why academia industry partnership is so important. So I don't want to read this, already sir had discussed. Promote the technology to advancement of innovation. Collaboration benefit both parties, industry obtained skilled worker. If you see the industry have the huge skilled workers and practical training and specialized expertise, while university have the chance to work with the industries and solve the problems. Utilize the knowledge of important areas. Now the areas is coming like AI, big data, what Dr. Sharma was talking that, how you can put your data in the cloud and you can utilize there for the production and productivity. In order to invent commercial, these solutions, industry academia collaboration with an enabling government framework will be essential. Definitely without government support, it can't be taken. Next. So these are the simple examples when the pandemic came, how the private and government worked together and brought the vaccine. So really willpower is there and we have saved the billion of people's life due to that collaboration with the private and government and this. As soon India is the classic example. So that's what I'm telling this. If you see the willpower is there, we can achieve anything. It's required the willpower, government policies to push it and bring the good technologies to the farmers or any industries. The cultural gap is very effective, close to collaboration between both business and academic lab, both in this. Promote the technology advancement and innovation. Definitely we have to improve our, even we have done the PhD, we have to improve our skill, our knowledge to improve the technology. Then only we can survive in the competitive world. Collaboration benefit both parties, their industry, RP and skill worker allied. Emerges the urgent need of the government, industry, academia to jointly take the concrete action. That's what we are sitting here and discussing. Maybe we'll some point be noted down and take to the government and universities and private organizations to take again forward. Next. Next.
Slide change karo.
Next slide, please.
So these are just some suggestions, what we thought I tried to, this is already we discussed success. The next, I don't want to read out. Linking research with product, that's what we're telling you. Go to the farmer's field, study what they want, we do, then we take the research activities, cross visits between the private and public institution, need more PhD students to come and do the high-level research which farmer can adopt, faculty for performance evaluation and critical requirement, run academic program for industry through the distant model, MTech or PhD students, what we were discussing in the beginning also. The next. So these are the point. All this you can read it. I don't want to this. That's what today the most important public-private partnership. Recently I saw even the ICR has told now they want to do the partnership with the research. Before it was not there. So both they can do the. Recently I saw the news. This is the good sign for the development of the best technology, which are various models developed in Canada, US and Germany. We should study and implement in India also to get the effective utilization of the knowledge and the product. Next. So there is just I was reading the many, there is the two best model they tell, one Germany model, one is the two models. We should study our research which is involved there and how they are doing this and taking the technology to the, from the academia to the industry. So we should study that, we can go there and get the 10 and we bring it to India also, the next. So what I am telling, what we can do, TAFE have the strength in the tractors, matching implements, equipments, and we can do the collaboration for the development of the best technology in tractors and farm machinery which can benefit of the farmers. We have already adaptive researchers which we do the many technologies which we take from farm to lab, that is the listed there, and transfer of farm technology lab to, and we do also training for the agricultures and tractors and machineries. Already I told we have already signed with our Vice Chancellor with this, and we are establishing a J farm here. Next. Thank you.
Thank
this
you.
is just I try to brief it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar ji. I think TAFE is the oldest organization and very liberal to open centers across the SAUs now. That will be great help and one of the best mode of collaboration with academia. I think some of you should be a professor of practice now and university should, all the people who are sitting from industry, they can become a professor of practice in the universities. I think that will be the best. We have shortage of faculty so they can fill the gap. So thank you very much. And we have a discussion session at the end. Now I request Mr. Kailas Adale. He is from BIAF, one of the largest NGO in the country, based at Urli Kanchan primarily and now at Pune, headquartered at Pune. So I had been with BIAF for 2.5 years. So,
Thank you, sir.
my job started with the NGO before moving to ICRISAT. So I was with them running a custom hiring center, the first custom hiring center in India probably. So, yes, Mr. Kailas Adale.
थैंक यू सर. मैं कैलाश आंदळे, बायोप डेवलपमेंट रिसर्च फाउंडेशन. सर ने जैसा बताया कि बायोप एज ए नेशनल ग्रास रूट NGO है और 14 स्टेट में आज हम काम कर रहे हैं. आज का जो बेसिक टॉपिक है उसके बारे में मैं बात करूंगा कि क्लाइमेट चेंज के बारे में जो कॉजेस है एग्रीकल्चर के ऊपर, जैसे कि कल भी डिस्कशन हुआ कि चेंज इन रेनफॉल पैटर्न हो रहा है, ड्रॉट आ रहा है और टेम्परेचर राइज हो रहा है और इसके वजह से अल्टीमेटली लेस प्रोडक्शन और इनकम कम हो रहा है. बायोप जो काम कर रहा है बेसिकली रूरल ट्राइबल फार्मर्स के लाइवलीहुड पे काम कर रहे हैं. तो जो आज का जो टॉपिक है रोल ऑफ इंडस्ट्री गवर्नमेंट, लेकिन मैं तो NGO से हूँ तो भी कोलैबोरेशन डेवलपिंग इनोवेशन सोल्यूशन एंड मार्केटेबल टेक्नोलॉजी. तो एक 1-1.5 मिनट में मैं एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ, केस स्टडी एग्जांपल करता हूँ. जैसे कि हमने एक इनोवेशन किया था 2005 में फ्लोरिकल्चर के ऊपर. तो फ्लोरिकल्चर इन ट्राइबल एरिया, फ्लोरिकल्चर का ऐसा है कि लोग हम सोचते हैं कि फ्लोरिकल्चर यानी पॉली हाउस, लेकिन ट्राइबल एरिया में फ्लोरिकल्चर मार्जिनल स्मॉल और मार्जिनल फार्मर के साथ एक इनोवेटिव आइडिया थी कि जिसके पास पुअर रिसोर्सेस है, जो चैलेंजेस मैक्सिमम फेस करना पड़ता है, फ्रैगमेंटेड लैंड है, वेस्ट लैंड है, पानी की बहुत कमी है, मोनोक्रॉपिंग होता है और लो इनकम रहता है. उस एरिया में हमें फ्लोरिकल्चर करना, ये इनोवेटिव थीम लेके हमने काम किया और उसके ऊपर टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप किया. तो जो सॉल्यूशन जो निकल के आया कि आज अगर हम देखते हैं कि जास्मिन के पालघर एरिया में मोर देन 8,000 फार्मर के यहाँ वो मॉडल जो है वो रेप्लिकेट हुआ है. जो मॉडल था वो 5 गुंठा का मॉडल था. 200 जास्मिन के जो सैपलिंग है वो लगाना, लेकिन उससे रेगुलर और डेली इनकम होता है और उसका जो एनुअल इनकम है 50,000 रुपीज़ उसका एनुअल इनकम मिल रहा था. मार्केटेबल का जो हमने टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप किया, जैसा कि मुंबई में डब्बे वाले का ट्रांसपोर्ट का टेक्नोलॉजी सेम धरती पे हमने किया कि एक हैमलेट से विलेज से तालुका और तालुका से दादर गए. लास्ट अगर हम देखते कि 22 ईयर से डेली जो फ्लावर्स है वो मुंबई दादर मार्केट में जो फार्मर्स है वो बेच रहा है। तो एक इनोवेटिव आइडिया हमने लिया था फ्लोरिकल्चर ट्राइबल के साथ करना, उस कंसेप्ट को हम आगे लेके गए, उसका मॉडल डेवलप किया। उस मॉडल डेवलप करने के बाद उससे मार्केटेबल टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप की और वो आज एक सक्सेसफुल इंटरवेंशन के तौर पे उभर के आया है। जो इसके आज का जो सब्जेक्ट था पीपीपी मोड पे हमने ये किया था, पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप के तौर पे किया था। तो ये और आज जो अगर हम देखते ये जो मॉडल था उसको गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र, कॉर्पोरेट हाउसेस ने भी अवार्ड किया है, रिकग्नाइज किया है। प्रधानमंत्री आदर्श ग्राम योजना जो जी थी इसमें भी इसको बेस्ट मॉडल फॉर रूरल डेवलपमेंट के तौर पे रिकग्नाइज किया है। तो बायब जो काम करते हैं बेसिकली बायब का रिसर्च स्टेशन है उरुली कांचन में, जैसे सर ने अभी कहा, और बाकी एरिया में डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर का काम करते हैं। बेसिकली लाइव स्टॉक के ऊपर काम करता है, एग्रीकल्चर और एनआरएम नॉन नेचुरल रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट में काम हम करते हैं। तो जो अप्लाइड रिसर्च के ऊपर ज़्यादा हम तो फोकस करते हैं, या फार्मर्स फील्ड रिसर्च पे हम ज़्यादा काम करते हैं। कल भी जो बात हुआ था कि CSR या कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर रिसर्च के लिए ज़्यादा फंड अवेलेबल नहीं करते, लेकिन अगर हम देखते हैं कि एक यूनिवर्सिटी के पास या गवर्नमेंट के पास एक अच्छा गुड आइडियाज़ है, टेक्नोलॉजीज़ है, उसको अगर हम बायब के साथ इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए जोड़ते हैं और कॉर्पोरेट के साथ हम फंडिंग के लिए प्रपोजल करते हैं, तो बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट हम या प्रोग्राम हम ऐसे कर रहे हैं। जैसे क्लाइमेट चेंज अडॉप्शन के ऊपर भी हम काम कर रहे हैं, जिसमें हम MPKV है, नाबार्ड है, महिंद्रा एंड महिंद्रा और बायब इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं। ऐसे ट्राई पार्टी पे भी हम अभी काम कर रहे हैं। उसके साथ साथ बेसिकली थोड़ा इसमें एक क्राइटेरिया था कि स्मॉल और मार्जिनल फार्मर को फोकस करना चाहिए, उसके साथ एनवायरनमेंट फ्रेंड वो टेक्नोलॉजी चाहिए, और जो लाइवलीहुड अपॉर्चुनिटी उसमें होना चाहिए स्मॉल और मार्जिनल फार्मर के। ये 3 क्राइटेरिया अगर फुलफिल करते तो एक PPP मोड पे हम बहुत सारे मॉडल पे अभी आज भी काम डेवलपमेंट के साथ इसके ऊपर भी काम कर रहे हैं। जो उससे और एक एग्जांपल है कि हम राइस मिलेट में भी काम कर रहे हैं। जैसे FRPP जो है फार्मर्स राइट प्लांट प्रोटेक्शन अथॉरिटी न्यू दिल्ली, उनके कोलैबोरेशन से काम कर रहे हैं। 4 फार्मर जो है उनका 4 वैरायटी जो है वो अभी उनको रिकग्नाइज कर लिया है। तो सर ये उसके साथ साथ अगर आज का जो ये था कि एक फेलोशिप भी बायब का स्पार्क फेलोशिप जो है, न्यू PhD होल्डर जो रहते या जो पास आउट जो स्टूडेंट रहते उसके लिए भी एक फेलोशिप बायब का अवेलेबल है। बायब के वेबसाइट पे अगर हम जाते हैं तो उसका डिटेल हमें मिल जाता है। तो एक यूनिवर्सिटी या गवर्नमेंट का या जो रिसर्च का टीम अगर होता है उनके पास कोई टेक्नोलॉजी है, आइडिया है, तो हम दोनों मिलके एक प्रपोजल डिज़ाइन करके बायब उसको कॉर्पोरेट हाउस से भी लिंक कर सकते हैं और एक अच्छा मॉडल हम इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं। यही था।
Thank you, Dr. Adare. I think in the title we have written academia, industry, government, but also NGO should be part of it actually. If we can add NGO, and a lot of good NGOs are there, good network of NGOs. And at present I can say that the extension part of our research is done by NGOs. Primarily NGOs are working at ground level, and they are the best extension workers. They may not be agriculture graduates, but they are doing very good social job. They get bonded with the community. That's why the role of NGO in agriculture extension is much greater, and we should also partner with them. Some of them also can be a professor of practice, for which we do not have to have a PhD. They are ground level workers, they can come and teach some of our courses. Thank you. Now do we have Ritesh Kumar Singh? He is not there. Sir?
No, we don't have any.
Now I invite Dr. Gokhale from academic side. He is not there. Dr. Apet, your name is also figuring here, you are sitting in the audience. But your technology commercialized, so I think you can. One of the good example of this university as Dr. Apet, producing and selling the product from university side, much popular with the farmers. So I think you can take 3 to 4 minutes and
So,
explain.
okay, sir. I will talk in Marathi only. Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor. हाँ मराठी
हिंदी और
Okay.
हिंदी बोला किंवा इंग्लिश.
So, Honorable Vice Chancellor, my respected Minde sir, persons on the dais and my colleagues. This biomix technology, it is a technology developed by our university, particularly our ex-mentor, Dr. V.T. Jadhav. He has prepared a biomix of three consortia, basically three microorganisms which are very beneficial to plants. And depending upon that, and on the demand of farmers, I have prepared a consortia of 14 bioagents. 14 बायोएजेंट का मैंने कंसर्शिया बनाया. जो भी लिटरेचर है, पूरा लिटरेचर पढ़ के, और बहुत सारे मुझे उस पर कंट्रोवर्सी भी आती है कि आपने उसका कॉम्पेटिबिलिटी देखी है क्या नहीं देखी है. तो मैंने उनको एक एग्जांपल बताया, बोल दिया भाई सॉइल जो हम लोग बोलते हैं कि माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म का घर हम सॉइल बोलते हैं. सॉइल में माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म हमको पूरे के पूरे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म मिलते हैं. तो मैंने वो पूरे सॉइल से जो भी अच्छे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स है, जो बेनिफिशियल इफ़िशिएंट माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स है और ये अपने रीजन के हैं, वो पूरे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म आइसोलेट करके मैंने एक कंसर्शिया बनाया 2010 में. और वो ये जो डिमांड था गोरेगांव और एक गोरेगांव विलेज है वहाँ पे, उसमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा वाइट ग्रब का प्रॉब्लम आ गया था. अगर वो वाइट ग्रब का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के लिए मैंने थोड़ा लिटरेचर पढ़ के, बाकी रिसर्च करके, मेरे पास कुछ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स थे और थोड़े आइसोलेट करके मैंने वो बना दिया और वो हिट बन गया. ऐसा कुछ नहीं था उसमें कि बनाते बनाते बना दिया. उसमें सब ट्राइकोडर्मा के स्पीशीज़ है, बहुत सारे 3-4 बेस्ट स्पीशीज़ है और वो लोकल आइसोलेट्स है. तो उसमें से जितने भी माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स है वो लोकल ही है. तो उसकी वजह से उसका जो इम्पैक्ट आ रहा बहुत अच्छा आ रहा. और इससे पूरा जो हमारा ट्रैक है, पर्टिकुलरली दिस टर्मरिक ग्रोइंग ट्रैक, उसमें से पूरे डिसीज़ और पेस्ट के प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो गए, जिसमें से वाइट ग्रब का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो गया, सॉफ्ट रॉट का सॉल्व हो गया.
टेक्नोलॉजी के ऊपर बोलने के बजाय कमर्शियलाइजेशन के क्या इश्यूज है आपके, वो बोलिए. व्हाई यू आर नॉट एबल टू कमर्शियलाइज
सर
गुड यूजफुल प्रोडक्ट टू द फार्मर? क्या इश्यूज है विच इंडस्ट्री कैन टेक अप?
सर उसमें प्रॉब्लम दिक्कत ये है कि इसको हर इसमें 10 जो है बायो इंसेक्टिसाइड है, बायो पेस्टिसाइड्स है, तो उसको CIB का लाइसेंस लगता है. हम यूनिवर्सिटी के अंडर बना रहे हैं तो उसके लिए हमको ज़्यादा तकलीफ नहीं होती है. अगर आप लोग बाहर जाते हैं तो वो बहुत तकलीफ हो जाएंगी, सबको तकलीफ हो जाएंगी और उसमें बाकी गवर्नमेंट एजेंसी काम नहीं करने देगी वो उसमें.
नहीं, वो छोड़ दीजिए आप. आई थिंक दिस इज एन इशू दैट वी हैव ए टेक्नोलॉजी प्रोड्यूसिंग एट इंडस्ट्री एंड सेलिंग टू फार्मर डायरेक्टली, अर्निंग सम रेवेन्यू, but not able to commercialize it, transfer to industry. Some of the students can take up this enterprise, encourage students to, they know the technology, then your departmental student, they can start an enterprise. So I think the issues have to be handled. This is to be handled. This is a great item where you can have a student as an entrepreneur.
Sir,
that is not difficult.
All the microorganisms cannot be grown very well. They require certain
industry
conditions.
Can have state-of-the-art laboratory. Industry can invest. They don't worry about that part. Technological adoption by industry is not, investment is not a difficult subject. There is a market and return potential.
Sir,
so there is a great market for products. So thank you, Dr. Apit.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Point is well taken. I think we have completed the discussion by all the experts. Sorry. The major expert is left over actually. I forgot, because he is sitting nearby, I forgot him. Dr. Sayyid Isbai.
Yeah. Good morning. I will take 10 minutes. As an industrial, I think I want to actually to give my inputs to this because to working in a corporate is different. In industry means you look at a corporate, you look at job. But start your own industry. VN example also starting in industry here, Manoj Kumar Sharma, he told his difficulties in how to start a business. Let me go through the exercise I have done to find industry and academia collaboration. This is the latest information available in the net, plus some of my ideas. So what is available from different areas I have collected, and this will be interesting, about 10 minutes. I have a video of another 2 minutes, 3 minutes to see. That will be interesting in the last we will see. And I would like actually at the end of it, some 6 points suggestions I give, that I want the feedback from these panelists here who are industry as well as academia, whether it's practical or not. Because some questions even my guru told it's not practical. So I want to test it on this floor. Thank you for starting. Let's put the slide, please. No, this is not the one. PPT, I want the PPT. Yes. Run through this. Next. Okay, okay. Stop. This shows I compare with what is the agriculture research funding. Okay, let's take the example. We talk about more or less. So we see here about $12 billion is the current spending for agriculture funding, and which is the private participation, the fund given by private people. Now you see the right side also shows you total public agricultural R&D, how much is the private spending. The public spending has come down, private spending is going up, especially from 2011-12 onwards. These are all data which you can verify, you can take it. I give the reference also, and I can share with you. Next page, please. Here you see interesting on spending on knowledge systems. China spends about $6 billion on agricultural knowledge systems, whereas India is close to $1 billion. Now, the business sector, this is what the business sector spends, even basic R&D throughout the world, 40 to 50%. India only funded by, excepting of course some fertilizer industry, seed industry, it's all by government. Next slide, please. Now, you see, this is a very interesting, you say university ecosystem model is run for 25 years. I even worked with this system in Germany 30 years back. I was there about 5-6 years within the system to do that. You see, I won't explain in detail because it will take time. The business models are so interesting, and you will see it is very structured feedback. It is not like a discussion we talk or a ministry notification or something like discussion with meeting. This is a structured system that works. It's reviewed every 6 months, every year and date. This is a must. That's how the industry funding is coming into picture. Next slide, please. It's interesting, you see, private businesses invest 69% is R&D expenditure. Higher education is 18% institution. Public spending only is 14%, that's the government. And the funding types come in industrial funding, for projects they fund, departmental research funding, R&D tax initiatives, federal agency for disruptive innovation. This is very interesting, this recent time started, probably about a decade back, and supporting academics, this is last. Whereas our whole funding goes on supporting academics as the top. Next slide, please. Okay, now you see the industrial academia collaboration also increases in number of publications. In the right side you can see it. Left side shows more than 25% of industries collaborate with higher educational institutions. More than 25%. Whereas in India, how many? So why we cannot improve it? This is a source available to us for funds. Next slide, please. This is the different benefits of collaboration with industry. Better potential for social impact. When it's industry, when you go together, society is better. Better student opportunities and outcomes. Increased funding you get. Economic development potential is very high for the country. Utilize the government programs for funding efficiently. Next slide, please. Now we come to some of the exchange programs for this to see. Sabbaticals is one we already have, unfortunately, for academic exchange programs. There's a professors have to go from one place to another for getting better knowledge, skills, exchanging, which doesn't happen. Last 4 years, I think ICR didn't give anyone this sabbatical. And we'll not go into detail. Now the thing is, what we think probably exchange program, which happens in the Germany especially, I know, I have experienced. Professors go to industry, industry people go to actually become professor. Next one, slide please. Now, how to narrow the gap? This is important 4 points. Both are same thinking, academia and industry. It's only perspective is different. I remember Dr. Indraman used to say perspective. It's a perspective what we see the things around. I remember he was telling long back. So this is the important thing. See, industry wants it cheaper. It goes to public. Whereas academia wants to prove we can do this also. In simple terms I am telling. So we have to find a bridge gap. I don't say which is right and wrong. We are not here being judgmental. We are here for collaboration, cooperation. There is a misalignment between the theory and practice. It happens. Again, we are not judgmental. We want that somewhere to align together. Shrinking the financing opportunity for universities. Industries can give. Next slide, please. This is interesting. Entrepreneurship. We talk. A lot of people talk. Asia has 30% of the investment attracted. See, 2021 was excellent investment. 22 it has dropped down. See, in high tech. Why? Within 1 year, why it dropped down? That's what I think Dr. Sankita was mentioning. Many of the startup facing problems. You'll see a lot of startups started, they're closing down. So we have to analyze the reasons. We can analyze in some other forum, not here at this time. I'm telling you this is very important entrepreneurship. Next slide, please. We have this. This gives you what all incubation centers we have. I have visited incubation center 25 years back of IIT Bombay when it started first. And I gave them the first embedded boards, I remember, from the industry to help them out. So I know how the incubation system worked for last 25 years. It needs a lot of improvement. This is the only line I would say. Because the incubation centers, everything should have the people from industry who have entrepreneurs to be there to run. An entrepreneur can teach student how to become an entrepreneur. A professor has less skills in that. Next slide, please. These are all the possible interventions I show you. I will just go through one by one. This I feel very important. We'll discuss maybe when we find time. I think it's told by Sanjeev Kumar Singh. He told first one, identify farmers' pull needs. That needs really research work to be done. Next is multidisciplinary staff at academic institution. It's a must. Don't divide too much. Don't divide too much. I'm soil scientist. I'm an agronomist like that. Because a farmer needs all of them together. Put them all together. Put them all together. See the happiness in a family as a one family. This is what I see. Some people tried it. We should do that. The division goes from small level to top level. From departments, fighting, funds, everything. Join together. Where I studied in AIT, a physicist was one of my professors. He is the only PhD in physics. He helped me so much in understanding certain things which an agriculture engineer could not help. So I think we should realize all 5 fingers are required. Academia must encourage to visit industries. This is very important. Industrial projects, they must directly talk to a professor. Don't put hierarchy there. Industry don't come to universities because it has to go through director and these procedures and all. In US and all, doesn't happen like this. In Germany, no. I took a project from Bosch, which you have ABS like what you see now. I took the project, my professor took it. Directly the professor is contacted by the industry, paid money, and 10% my professor paid, or he shared with me, we paid to the university. Of course, we submitted report to the university, that's different, but it did not go to the registrar, dean, vice chancellor, not required. Trust the professors, control them, and that's one suggestion. Strong suggestion I say, you want collaboration, otherwise it will never happen. With my 40 years of industry experience with academia and industry joined together, this is my only solution. Incubator speed is reviewing. All others are very simple. Academia is promote relocation of researchers. One guy educates BE or BSc, MSc, PhD, same place. That must be stopped. Or we must find how to go, because the climate, everything is different in India. India is, every 5 kilometers you go is different almost. People will tell you. Many industries would like to contribute to syllabus. You see, there is a way evaluation system is different. I think somebody mentioned already, I think Dr. Mayande mentioned, the professors, you must become a professor in industry. It was allowed. Now somebody from Mahindra asked me, we have to undergo test or what? So this is another problem. Because you say you write a test to come to teach the universities. Don't do that. Why I'm saying is, the evaluation system what we have for the people is different in industry and in the universities. Universities, you need a PhD or you need a degree something. In industry, we look at the skills. Many of the top people I have seen diploma only, but they are equivalent to 10 PhDs. I myself have seen the people. So respect their contribution to the society and to the industry rather than just a paperwork. This is my sincere request. With this, it's okay. I will just show you a video from somebody else for 2 minutes. Can you please put on the video? The first one you started? No. Can you please play the video? Yes.
Thank you. I think with this we complete the discussion by panelists. We did not give a chance to our audience to interact. Now we'll have some interaction with the audience. So those who want to interact, please raise your points now. Dr. Tiwari sir, Dr. Sahu, yeah. then yeah.
Thank you. Excellent presentation by the industry people. Dr. Ismail, he has given the problem as well as the solution. If industry is ready, academia is ready, why it is not happening? Why it is not happening? And one solution came from TAFE. Like in MGMG, I don't know how many people know about Mera Gaon, Mera Gaurav. That was the lunch program by the Honorable Prime Minister. In that, the institute adopts few villages. So, a very good proposal came from TAFE. Can the industry adopt few students, starting from PhD level, from day one? So that is one thing what I presume, because if you will start discussing what industry should do, what academia should do, we don't have the trust deficit, academia is not doing the right thing, government is not doing the right thing, it will not give you any solution. So my only request to the industry side, it's fine, now government is also opening up, so also the council, so also the universities. We are ready to accept the professors from the industry. Our students will be richer. Let me tell you, our students will be richer. So we have to just work around. We have to work around. If the government policy doesn't favor, we have other ways and means. If there is a will, in the morning session I had told, if there is a will, there is a way. There are societies. Indian Society of Agricultural Engineers, it is ready to help the industry. Startups, they have the resource crunch. Honorable Vice Chancellor is here. He always say, जो जिसका काम है उसी को वही काम करने दो, इंडस्ट्री को इंडस्ट्री काम करने दो. क्या जरूरत है रिसर्च के लिए है ना, यूनिवर्सिटीज रिसर्च के लिए रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट है. So let us come together, find out some finer points. One point I got from TAFE. So let us do in that way. That will really help. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Dr. Tiwari, sir.
Yeah, I am in line with what Dr. Sahu has told. My experience in my personal experience with irrigation companies. I had been working for more than 3 decades in the area of micro irrigation. We developed a couple of drip emitters, automated irrigation system, and I have been trying with various companies over last few years. Jain Irrigation, Premier Irrigation, these companies, they came. I have given them the product which we developed at IIT Kharagpur, and then they came, they could understood the technology, how improvement it has been done. Yes, it's a very fine, sir. Can I have your product? Keep it with us. Then I told, yes, you can have these projects, but we want to multiply. Say, in the area of irrigation or any hardware, when we are developing, we have got a limited capacity to manufacture or multiply to come out with the refinement. That is where the industry, academia, it comes. Any product, when it comes out, it does not come in one day. It takes a year to come to a particular thing. Fortunately, I got, when this particular session was there, I have got couple of drippers, which we made, the commercial drippers which have got 3 components, that we could come out with a single component. We had been making continuously refinement and coming out with the dripper, so that the cost of dripper which is normally commercially available from 2 rupees 50 paisa to 10 rupees per piece. Now it is available in less than a rupee, that is, I can tell you that less than a 50 paisa. So if the cost can be brought down to the 50 paisa, naturally, which is used in the field in lakhs of the drippers, cost will come down substantially. This I have been doing over the years, but it is only dialogue. They will come, they will listen, and then finally I don't find any interaction from their end. So I am not blaming them. Maybe there is some kind of a setup, but with the new government policy and all that, hope industry will come forward, because any product when it is developed in the institution or any institute or university, PhD student or MTech student, he will develop one or two product only, one time only. He cannot multiply. He doesn't have facility, and this multiplication, when it is being done, it comes out after several refinements. So that is where it is needed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dr. Indramani sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sir. This particular session we included with the purpose, because I have served the organization like IRI for a long period. I was one, who was basically credited with that you are very close to industry. And in all my interaction, and it came that when I was working in the society and working in the division, Dr. Sahu, Dr. Rauf, all are here. The division of agricultural engineering was a place where number of industry people came, big people came, because it was directly related to technology, and we had lot of interaction, lot of discussion, and it helped a lot. In fact, because of good understanding with industry, we completed project with NFL, with New Holland, and those all projects were more than 1 crore funding. And there are two things. One, that institutions must understand that they are important, because many times we feel that we cannot produce. Here I am telling you, and I was discussing one project, and there I said to the ministry that just for giving name of IRI, we will charge 1 crore. Just name अगर आप IRI का इंस्टीट्यूट करना है, काम तो हमारे आदत में हम काम करते हैं. NFL का प्रोजेक्ट भी कंप्लीटेड, CNH का प्रोजेक्ट भी कंप्लीटेड. उसके बाद मुझे ये एहसास ज़रूर हुआ, जो इधर से भी बात उठ रही है, इधर से भी बात उठ रही है, और मैंने वो बताया था अपने साथियों को कि आवश्यकता है कि कॉन्सेप्ट टू कमर्शलाइजेशन इंडस्ट्री का साथ होना चाहिए. चूँकि हम एक तरफ डेवलप कर रहे हैं, शायद इंडस्ट्री के हिसाब से वो ठीक नहीं होता, तो ज़रूरत किस बात की है. हमारे पास ब्रेन है, लेकिन हो सकता है कि इंडस्ट्री की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है उससे पूरा मैच नहीं हो रहा है, जैसे बात उठाई गई. तो क्यों ना ऐसा समझा जाए. और उसी के बाद जब डिप्टी डायरेक्टर जनरल डॉक्टर गजेंद्र सिंह थे, तो उस समय जो भी प्रोजेक्ट दिए गए थे, ये कंपलसरी बनाया गया कि इंडस्ट्री पार्टनर जरूर करोगे. उन्हीं लाइन में अभी CSIR के जितने DST के जितने प्रोजेक्ट आते हैं, उनमें कहते हैं आप इंडस्ट्री पार्टनर बनाओ. चूँकि इंडस्ट्री 2 लाख 3 लाख 4 लाख रुपया 5 लाख 10 लगाएगी, तभी लगाएगी जब उसमें कुछ दम होगा. और जब लगाएगी तो निश्चित आपके साथ चलेगी, कि ऐसा मैंने 10 लाख लगा दिया, अब 10 लाख में प्रोडक्ट क्या निकल के आएगा. तो शायद CIC कॉन्सेप्ट जो मैंने कहा था कि कोलैबोरेट, इनोवेट, कमर्शलाइज, जो आज बात डायस की तरफ से उठ रही है कि कोलैबोरेट, इनोवेट, कमर्शलाइज, वही सैयद साहब ने भी कहा. C2C कॉन्सेप्ट टू कमर्शलाइजेशन, वो इंडस्ट्री का साथ होना चाहिए, या जो भी एंड यूजर है उनका साथ होना चाहिए. तो इन 2 बातों पे लेकर के मेरे अपने एक्सपीरियंस हैं. IRI में जब हम पूछा डिकम्पोजर टेक्नोलॉजी माइक्रोबायोलॉजी ने बनाई, एप्लीकेटर उनका ठीक नहीं था, हाँ इंजीनियरिंग ने एप्लीकेटर बनाया, और हम मिल करके पहले साल 2000 एकड़ में काम किए. पहले साल मुश्किल से 2 एकड़ में काम किए, फिर अगले साल 2000 एकड़ में काम किए, और एक स्टेज आई जब 15 लाख एकड़ में. तो 15 लाख एकड़ कहाँ बना, जब इंडस्ट्री 27 इंडस्ट्री थी और UPL बड़ी मछली आई, कि उन्होंने कहा हम आपका साथ लेकर के. तो UPL आया, तो UPL के साथ हम लोग IRI में 15 लाख एकड़ एरिया में जो पूसा डिकम्पोजर टेक्नोलॉजी ले गए थे। ये पॉसिबल नहीं था अनटिल अनलेस इंडस्ट्री आई होती। लेकिन इंडस्ट्री ने बाद में क्या किया, हम कैप्सूल बनाए थे जिसको अप्लाई करने में प्रॉब्लम होती थी, उन्होंने अपना वेक्टर लाया, डॉक्टर जितेंद्र कुमार फार्मूलेशन के एक्सपर्ट हैं, इनको पूरा पता है, उन्होंने उसका पाउडर फॉर्म बनाया। चीज़ वही थी बट उसका फॉर्मेट बदला और कहा कि मुझे, और उनकी अपनी फ्लीट यूपीएल की पूरे पंजाब उसमें एप्लीकेटर की पड़ी थी और उसके थ्रू वो कपास और दूसरी क्रॉप ले रखे थे और उस तरीके से उन्होंने पूरे देश पे फैलाया। कभी कभी आईआरआई की जो टेक्नोलॉजी है, जो कभी कभी इंस्टीट्यूशन की जो टेक्नोलॉजी है उसको दूसरे में, यूपीएल ने कहा हम कमाई के लिए नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम इसको बाद एक इस्टेब्लिश करेंगे तो उसके बाद कार्बन क्रेडिट के थ्रू इतना पैसा कमाएंगे कि हमें फार्मर को हम फ्री दे सकते हैं इस टेक्नोलॉजी। तो कुछ इस तरीके का काम केवल इंडस्ट्री कर सकते हैं, इंस्टीट्यूशन नहीं कर सकते। लेकिन फैसिलिटेशन जो एआईजी की बात कहा और जो जिसका दूसरा नाम ट्रिपल हेलिक्स मॉडल है, जो आईआईटी जिसको पॉपुलराइज करें ट्रिपल हेलिक्स मॉडल, और हेलिक्स का मतलब यह है कि जैसे आप डीएनए में ज्ञान है ये ज़्यादा समझते हैं, ये ना पता लगे कौन कब कहाँ कर रहा है, इतनी मिक्सिंग होनी चाहिए कि ये ना लगे कि साहब मैंने वो रेले रेस नहीं है, यहाँ तक कर दिया अब आगे जाओ आप करो फिर उसका, ऐसा नहीं होगा। वो ट्रिपल हेलिक्स मॉडल में जब इंडस्ट्री, इंस्टीट्यूशन और गवर्नमेंट काम करेंगी, फ्यूचर इसमें विन विन सिचुएशन इंडस्ट्री की भी है, यूनिवर्सिटी की भी है, गवर्नमेंट की भी है। इसलिए ये सेशन बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है। डॉक्टर सैयद ने हर जो बात अपनी उठा रहा है वो अपनी जगह सही है, लेकिन शायद इवैल्यूएशन में हम कम करें। जहां हम समझे थे एकेडमिक वाला कि मेरी टेक्नोलॉजी हो गई है ठीक, वो ठीक नहीं थी शायद, इसलिए इंडस्ट्री ने वहाँ से पिकअप नहीं किया। तो इसीलिए मैं चाहता हूँ कि ऐसा मॉडल बने कि कुछ प्रोजेक्ट कॉन्सेप्ट टू कमर्शलाइजेशन अगर मिल के काम करते हैं तो योर ब्रेन, देयर एक्सपीरियंस, देयर रिक्वायरमेंट, योर एक्सपर्टाइज, इन सब के साथ एक सोल्यूशन निकलेगा। सरकार ऐसे सोल्यूशन का वेट कर रही है, गवर्नमेंट फैसिलिटेट करना चाहती है, इसीलिए अभी पहले गवर्नमेंट का इतना नहीं था, अभी गवर्नमेंट भी आगे आ रही है। हम यहीं थे, डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट थी यहीं, वो चली गई, हमारे पास 4-5 टेक्नोलॉजी थी, वो 1 करोड़ रुपया मुझे दी कि आप ये जो है ना इसकी ट्रेनिंग स्किलिंग कराइए। हम स्किलिंग जो करा रहे हैं वो अलग अलग डायरेक्शन में करा रहे हैं, आप बेटर करा सकते हैं। तो पैसे का फ्लो हो रहा है, लेकिन हो क्या रहा है, ब्राउनियन मोशन है, कोई किसी डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है, कोई किसी डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है। एक ही एरिया को डेवलप करने के 5 एजेंसी कोई इफेक्ट नहीं कर पा रहे। इसीलिए हम कहते हैं कि ये अभी समय जो है, एक और एआई की बात हम कहते हैं, वो है एसिमिलेशन और इंट्रीगेशन। पहले समझो एक दूसरे को, पूरी प्रॉब्लम को समझो, उसके बाद इंट्रीगेट करके एक इफर्ट साथ मिल करके लगाएं, चाहे वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है, सरकार की तरफ से इफर्ट है। हम परभनी में कोशिश कर रहे हैं, अभी हमारे लास्ट ईयर सर गोगल गाय का एक ये जो स्नेल की प्रॉब्लम होती है, बहुत कम लोग जानते होंगे कि स्नेल जो है वो पूरी एरिया के एरिया को खा जाता है। तो अभी यही क्रॉप जो है, अगर ज़्यादा बरसात हो जाए तो स्नेल अटैक होगा। लास्ट टाइम इतना नुकसान हुआ था कि 91 करोड़ रुपीज़ का कंपेंसेशन सरकार को देना पड़ा था, खेत के खेत। इस साल हम लोगों ने कमर कसी, उन्होंने हमें दिया जिम्मेदारी। अभी हर ट्यूसडे को, आज भी शाम को है, हमने गवर्नमेंट को, पत्रकारों को, जितने क्रिटिसाइज करने वाले थे उनको सबको जोड़ा, किसानों को जोड़ा। एक भी जगह गोगल गाय की प्रॉब्लम होती है, टीम वहाँ जानी चाहिए, वहाँ पकड़ो, क्योंकि वो कहते थे मैं अपनी जगह सब ठीक कर दिया, गवर्नमेंट सब ठीक कर दी, इंस्टीट्यूट साहब सबको ज्ञान दे दिया हूँ, और किसान खड़े होके अभी कहता है कहाँ हैं आप, खड़े हो जाइए, ये हेड हैं हमारे एंटोमोलॉजी के, वो किसान पकड़ लिया इनको, यहाँ देखिए ये गोगल गाय दिख रही है ऐसा करके, तो वहाँ भेज करके, नाउ दैट इज गोइंग टू बी इफेक्टिव। तो कुछ इसी तरह से इंट्रीगेशन की ज़रूरत है। एजेंसियाँ सब अपनी जगह बढ़िया काम कर रही हैं, लेकिन फ्रूटफुल कुछ नहीं हो रहा है। तो ये इसी इंट्रीगेशन के लिए ये सेशन था। चाहे आप किसी प्रॉब्लम को टैकल करने हैं यहाँ, जैसे लोकल लेवल पे मैंने मराठवाड़ा की बात की, या किसी प्रोडक्ट को रियली कमर्शलाइज करना है, महसूस करना पड़ेगा कि अगर रियली बहुत अच्छा होता है इंडस्ट्री पकड़ लेती, कहीं थोड़ा 1% की, 99% ठीक रहा होगा, कहीं 1%, जैसे हम कहते हैं कि इंजीनियरिंग ड्राइंग, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ड्राइंग, तो इंजीनियरिंग ड्राइंग पर हो सकता है काम पूरा हो गया था, मैं टर्मिनोलॉजी जस्ट यूज रहा हूँ, लेकिन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग वाली बात नहीं हो पाई थी। तो हमें ये नहीं मानना है कि जो अभी तक हुआ वो उसको तो भुलाना है, जो आगे बढ़ना है वो एक साथ मिलकर के प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग के, जब तक ये तीनों जो क्या कहते हैं एक्टर्स हैं, ये नहीं काम करते, तब तक हमारे काम रियल एंड यूजर तक नहीं पहुँचे हैं, और हमें यही कहा जाता रहेगा कि आप सफ़ेद हाथी हो। जस्ट मीटिंग में जाओ, वो कहते हैं आप तो यूनिवर्सिटी हो, सफ़ेद हाथी हो। क्योंकि जब तक आप फील्ड पे करके नहीं दिखाओगे तब तक कोई मान्यता, तो वो चीज़ बदल गई। जब कहते थे मेरा काम तो रिसर्च करना, वो हो गया, तो वो कोई स्वीकार करने वाला नहीं है। आप सबके साथ मिलकर के सोल्यूशन दिखाओ और कोई बड़ा रोल अदा करे। जैसे यूनिवर्सिटी का मेरा मानना है कि यूनिवर्सिटी को बिग ब्रदर रोल करना चाहिए और सबको इकट्ठा करके काम करे। वेरी मच,
थैंक यू। ऑडियंस एक्चुअली
2 minutes, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Patel.
First of all, I compliment for the good session to the Honorable Vice Chancellor and also to the presenter, because BIAF, then the tractor company and others have already presented their good view. My question to Dr. Syed, you pointed out very good things that industry needs the skill. Now in education program, as per 5th Dean's Committee, so far as it was not earlier when we were studying, but now the 5th Dean's Committee, the student ready program in all disciplines have been included. Now, if you have some suggestion, kindly suggest that, not even at present, but you can give it in writing to the Honorable Vice Chancellor or to me. We will submit, because now the 6th Dean's Committee is going to see it. So, whatever your suggestion, even to other industry also, what skill or what the student-ready program needs little bit fine-tuning, so that in future, I do understand that whatever our graduates are going to the industry people say that your students doesn't know anything. Your student doesn't know anything. But when they got into the training and then they said, okay, now we have polish him as per our requirement. So before your polishing, if something is required, kindly suggest to that student-ready program for fine-tuning. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Now, actually we thought discussion by the point to be raised by the audience. I think we said last, we will discuss at the last. So I will take 3-4 because there is a pressure on pressure of time. But we will take some 3-4 important inputs. Just a minute. Yes, Dr. Niharkar.
Respected Dais, respected all the dignitaries, respected Vice Chancellor, sir, all the faculties, friends.
Don't directly raise the point, because
sir,
there is a
what
time
we are facing in entomology and pathology, Apet sir was also in the same phase. Our products are very good. Our biomix is very good, but whatever the components in that they need CIB registration. Similar product is with entomology, sir. A success story of NPV of this university, and I have multiplied it at Varora for 10 years and more than that. We have sold the product directly to the farmers. So, my point is that, sir.
Just a minute. My question is, you have product, you are producing and selling to the farmers. Why you cannot do this commercial job long time? For small scale you can do. If you want to go on a mass scale, you have to have industry. So typical question in this session is, why industry is not coming in? Why you are not going to industry? What are the issues? If those issues are understood, we can resolve. That, yeah.
My point is in that line, sir.
Or your student can become entrepreneur.
Yes. My point is in that line, sir.
Okay, that's right. The point is
if CIB has some concession for universities, if good products are there and...
Point is well taken.
अपने फोरम से कुछ पॉइंट जाए, उनको सजेशन जा सकता है क्या?
ठीक है.
CIB को या गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को, मेरा पॉइंट ये है सर.
आपका पॉइंट, I think in CRISP, you have a product, there is no industry taking your product. So ये join करना है, उसका procedural जो है हमको, we have to attract industry. Dr. Smita Solanki, madam. Very brief. 1 sentence comment. Only issue. Make a brief comment.
Yes, sir. मेरा सवाल है टफ है संजीव कुमार जी से.
सवाल मत पूछिए, कमेंट.
हाँ, ये सर. हमारा जो ट्रैक्टर है, जो किसानों के पास में ट्रैक्टर है, उसका वो जो इस्तेमाल करते हैं लैंड प्रिपरेशन और सोइंग के लिए और ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए करते हैं, तो हमको ऑप्टिमम यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ कोई भी चीज़ है उसका होना ज़रूरी है। तो ट्रैक्टर होने के बावजूद भी किसान इंटर कल्टीवेशन
मैडम वो इशू साइंटिफिक इशू यहाँ नहीं डिस्कस हो
नहीं सर, वी हैव मेड द इनोवेशन, वी हैव मेड द इनोवेशन, यू आर ट्रैक्टर कंपनी, कैन यू टेक अवर इनोवेशन, हम काउंसलिंग करते हैं लेकिन उसका यूटिलाइजेशन होता नहीं है सर इतना। हाँ, we have made the slim tire, we have used the PTO and multiple operation at a time with the tractor and utilization of the tractor for intercultivation and spraying to give all the mechanized equipment, all the mechanization to the crop. Can you help to the farmer?
ठीक है, next session will get more. Any other point from the audience? Yeah, very brief point.
My small question to the Manoj Kumar Sharma sir. Regarding the plant phenotyping, Manoj Kumar Sharma sir, this plant phenotyping technique, is it applicable to the crop and trade-wise? Plant phenotyping.
Is it applicable to?
Crop and trade-wise.
Yes, yes. You can screen different genotypes. Yeah. I mean, as you have seen nearby, I said Baramati.
Breeder facing some problems, especially for root trade. It is very difficult to measure. If is a crop phenotyping, which help to measure the actually root trade, because root trade imparts some drought tolerance trait actually.
True, some people have some facilities like in Delhi, they have the root analysis part in it. I think Baramati also has developed, they also have it. So Baramati is nearby, so you can have different genotypes, you can just screen them. And for field also you have a small instruments available on screening of this plant species, which are very quick. Some plant efficiency analyzers and all that, they are available. So you can try them as well. Yeah, thank you.
Sir, एक बायोमिक्स प्रोडक्ट्स ऑल महाराष्ट्र में फेमस है। मैं चाहता हूँ कि सर इसका एक छोटा ऐसा मॉडल होना चाहिए कि फार्म लैब पे जाए, जो कि फार्मर्स कम खर्चे में कौन से इंस्ट्रूमेंट से हम ट्राइकोडर्मा फार्म पे फार्मर कैसा बनाता है, ऐसी एक खाती सिस्टम या ऐसी प्रोसेस अगर यूनिवर्सिटी एक उसमें एक टेक्नोलॉजी लाती है और एक अंदा फार्मर्स के वास्ते क्या फार्मर्स प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी उसको अडेप्ट करती है, तो उसके जो 200-400 फार्मर्स है वो वही बना के वो फार्मर्स को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं। इसमें जैसा कि अपन उसको इडली कुकर यूज करके गैस और मिक्सर यूज करके अपन ट्राइकोडर्मा लैब में फार्म लैब में बना सकते हैं, फार्मर खुद बना सकता है। ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी विद्यापीठ ने निकालना चाहिए और ये स्प्रेड ऑल इंडिया में हो सकती है। थैंक यू।
Thank you. Any other comment, addition? There are two more people. Yeah, Dr. Gopal Shinde.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Sir, I have one success story to say how industry and we people can come together.
Story मत बताइए।
नहीं सर, in short, यहाँ हमारे पास एक मिलेट बनाने का मशीन हमने एक इंडस्ट्री ने हमारे पास लेके आए, हमने उसमें डिज़ाइन चेंजेस कर दिए, उनमें बच्चों के लिए जो स्मॉल पार्ट्स कंपोनेंट्स है उनको डिज़ाइन करने के लिए लैब में जो हम इस्टेब्लिश किए उसकी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ प्रूव करके दिखाई। इनिशियली उनको लगा कि ये हमारा सारा टेक्नोलॉजी यूनिवर्सिटी अपने नाम पे दिखाएगी, ये करेंगे, लेकिन उन्होंने जब एहसास लिया कि ये मिलेट्स का जो नया मशीन में जो न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी हमारे यहाँ ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग से बच्चे डेवलप कर रहे हैं, तो उन्होंने ब्लेंडेड लर्निंग वाला जो इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस अभी ICR में हुआ है, वहाँ पे सारे वर्ल्ड बैंक के मिलेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के टीम को उन्होंने ले जाके बताया कि दिस वी हैव डेवलप्ड विद द VNMKV टीम। तो उनके लिए उनके साथ हमें हर सैटरडे संडे जब बैठना पड़ा, so they have accepted that the design changes with the brainstorming that we have created such a facility can be useful to them. So we are having a struggle of making this bond relationship with the industry, because I am basically mechanical engineer, belongs to manufacturing process engineer. So wherever the industry comes, then I am just finding their the loopholes or the things that they require from us. So this can be one of the good examples.
ठीक है, thank you. Last point. शेतकरी आहे तुम्ही?
बोलता येते ना?
हां बोला मराठी बोला, काय हरकत नाही.
तर आमच्या अडचणीत सांगणार आहे मी तुम्हाला. फळबागेमध्ये सध्या खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये अडचणी यायल्याच आहेत. जसं की मोसंबी आणि संत्रा आहे, तर ह्याच्यामधली जी फळगळ आहे ती गेली कित्येक वर्ष झालं त्याच्यावर संशोधन व्हायले, पण म्हणावं तशी ती गळ थांबत नाही. आणि ज्या काही मोठ्या प्रमाणात बागा होत्या तर त्या बागा पूर्ण उद्ध्वस्त झाल्यात. तर याच्यासाठी ठोस अशा उपाययोजना करून संशोधन होणं गरजेचं आहे असं मला वाटतं, जेणेकरून त्याला शेतकऱ्याला त्याचा फायदा होईल. कारण कोरडवाहू आणि बागायती ह्या दोन्हीचा संगम झाला तरच शेतकरी कुठंतरी थोडासा पुढं जाईल. दुसरी गोष्ट सर, आपल्या विद्यापीठाच्या माध्यमातून मागच्या काही वर्षाखाली चांगले दर्जेदार रोपं उपलब्ध करून देण्यात येत होते, पण आता ह्या 2-4 वर्षात जर पाहिलं तर म्हणावं तसे दर्जेदार रोपं मिळत नाही किंवा उपलब्धता खूप कमी होती. तर एवढी मोठी यंत्रणा उभी असताना याला जर चांगला निधी उपलब्ध करून दिला तर शेतकऱ्याला दर्जेदार रोपं असे मिळतील आणि सक्षमवान शेतकऱ्याला मिळतील, जेणेकरून त्याचा चांगला फायदा होईल. कारण प्रायव्हेट नर्सरीमधली कुठलं वाण आहे आणि किती दिवस टिकल आणि ते रोगमुक्त आहे का नाही याची काहीच गॅरंटी नाही. तर याच्यासाठी प्रयत्न व्हावेत असं मला वाटतं. दुसरी गोष्ट, आता टाफे कंपनीचं आपण हे पाहिलं तर आता जे आंतरमशागतीसाठी जे छोटे टायर आलेत, तर ते छोटे टायर ज्या काही शेतकरी उत्पादक कंपन्या आहेत तर त्याच्यासाठी काही प्रायोगिकत्वावर काही उपलब्ध करून देता येतील का, जेणेकरून मजुराचा खर्च आणि वेळेची बचत होईल, किंवा यासाठी काही अनुदान उपलब्ध करून देता येत का, यासाठी प्रयत्न व्हावेत असं मला वाटते. दुसरा एक प्रश्न आहे सर,
The questions are not related to industry, but we are listening because he is a farmer.
शेतीसाठी वीज पुरवठा खूप महत्त्वाचा आहे, परंतु मराठवाड्यामध्ये वीज पुरवठा वेळेवर होत नाही किंवा मध्येच काही जर बिघाड झाला, जसा DP आहे दुरुस्त होत नाही किंवा महावितरणचं त्याच्याकडे लक्ष जात नाही. मग आमचं पीक समजा चांगलं जोमात आहे, फुलवर अवस्थेत आहे आणि ते जर वीज पुरवठ्याचा काही प्रॉब्लेम आला तर ते वेळेवर न झाल्यामुळं पूर्ण पीक हातचं चाललं आहे. तर याच्यासाठी सोलारच्या माध्यमातून योजना चालू झाले, पण याला भरीव असा निधी कसा देता येईल आणि आपल्या पद्धतीनं कसं मांडता येईल यासाठी प्रयत्न व्हावेत असे मला वाटते.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद.
मराठीतून ते ही आज ती रेज सम क्वेश्चन्स इन मराठी टू ए सायंटिस्ट. सम ऑफ द क्वेश्चन्स आर टू द गव्हर्नमेंट पॉलिसी. दे आर नॉट रिलेटेड टू द industry academia, but we listen to the farmer because they are genuine points of the farmer. Yeah, last comment and we'll close after this.
सर, मी शेतकऱ्याच्या पहिल्या 2 प्रश्नाची उत्तरं देण्याचा प्रयत्न करतोय.
उत्तरं नका देऊ.
नाही, आता सर त्यांचा प्रश्न होता,
नाही, त्यांना त्यांच्याशी one to one
जस्टिफिकेशन करतो नक्कीच, त्याचं जस्टिफिकेशन देतो फक्त.
नाही, जस्टिफिकेशन आता नको. आपला सेशन आहे इंडस्ट्री अकॅडमिया. इंडस्ट्री बरोबर काय रिलेशनशिप कशी करायची याच्यावर चर्चा करायची असेल तर करू.
ठीक आहे.
नसता मग तुम्ही शेतकऱ्याबरोबर बोला डायरेक्ट.
थँक्यू.
तुम्ही आता जे प्रश्न विचारले यांच्यासोबत बोला तुम्ही डायरेक्ट. आता चहा पिताना यांच्यासोबत बोला आणि त्यांच्याकडनं उत्तरं घ्या. ठीक आहे, बिकॉज आपल्याला 2-3 points. Let me thank all industry partners and also NGO partners who have given their valuable inputs about how to collaborate with academia, the research and development they are doing at their level, the absorption of students and even faculty for training, the platform available with them. Some of them are willing to open centers in the university for benefit of students and faculty. And secondly, the faculty has to become student, learning from the industry. So that, as some of you have mentioned, that all teachers do not know what industries do. So go to the industry, take a 1-month class there in the industry and come back and teach to the students. I think this kind of interactions in future are going to happen probably in new educational policy. This kind of provisions are there. There is going to be a significant shift from the traditional way of teaching and learning and examination system. Industry is going to play a major role, very important role in academia hereafter, and academia is also forced to accept the industry role within the campus. I think that way, in years to come, next few years probably we will find better interaction between industry and academia, and government has to play a pivotal role. We have seen from the presentation, gradually the privatization is taking place. 66% of R&D investment are from the private sector. So government sector R&D investments in the higher educations are going down. So gradually, it's not surprising that there will be a private universities, private agricultural universities, private colleges, that is going to happen. So gradually, our public system supported by the government has to sustain, and that will sustain if we start interacting with the industry, attract funding from the industry for research and education, go to the industry for training, and bring industry for teaching. I think this kind of interaction in future gradually we'll have to work on. Question of startups, etc. we discussed. Farmers, producer companies are coming, entrepreneurship development for new students. I request Dr. Indramani, one university should have an incubation center. Most of the universities have. But attract. Okay. Funding, there is a funding already. Okay. I think all universities are dealing and attract the students, invite students to participate in the incubation center. Some of the private entrepreneurs also students can come in. Not necessarily they are agriculture graduates, but they are also entering into agriculture era. I am mentoring 2 startups. Those are not agriculture graduates. One is from Pune University. He is working on irrigation tools. Very simple tool, very low cost. He is demonstrating on farmers field now. He has done a successful product. And he has attracted 50 lakh funding from NABARD and other organizations. Similarly, I am also mentoring another startup for cotton picker. And the model is ready, but I think it requires refinement now. That's a cotton picking robo is coming up. So there are some, I am also guiding a student, PhD student in instrumentation engineering, who is working on agriculture applications. So the students from other areas, non-agriculture engineering students are entering into an agriculture field. So why not agriculture student? I think startups in India, hardly 15% startups are from agriculture graduates. I think this percentage should go up. Let agriculture graduate enter into a startups, more entrepreneurship, and faculty can do a major role actually, train your students to become an entrepreneur. And university can provide a good platform. Industries are ready to absorb them. So with this, I thank you organizers for giving me an opportunity to lead this session. The major role is played by our panelists. I think every one of them have given excellent input. All of them are very closely interacting with already academia. So now it is up to academia to attract industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all the panelists and co-chairs and moderator Dr. Sangeeta Ladda. Thank you the participants, farmers and the press for raising the issues. Actually in this session there were few issues raised regarding the pathology, CIB registration and other things. Actually that component we are covering in the next session. Next session is patenting and commercialization. So those issues can be raised in that. I understand that the 100% solution we cannot give through this discussion. We have a short time, but the outcome of this is you have to increase the collaborations with academia, industry and government. That is the point. And regarding the incubation center, sir, we have one incubation center sponsored by government of central government, that is in College of Food Technology. Another incubation center with the industry partner TAFE. It is in the establishment stage, and both these incubation centers probably will start in November. So we'll be breaking this session. We are closing now. Once again, thanks to all. And the next session will start after 15 minutes. It is on the roadmap for patenting and commercialization of technologies. I understand every question cannot be answered during this session, but we have to interact more and more. And I request all the participants, even the panelists, we have the email address. So please, you have any questions, any points to add while writing the report, and also you can send those your ideas, your concepts or any questions on this email. We will try to include those concepts in our report. Thank you very much. Our next session will start at 12 o'clock. Of course, we are late. I request all the panelists to visit the Vice Chancellor's